Government of Manipur, he will be making a presentation about the state and various initiatives.
Pandey, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, my colleague, Mr. Scott from SEPC, Mr. Prabhu from Tripura Government. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be talking about potential and challenges of service industry in Northeastern region, particularly in Manipur. As our distinguished speakers have already spoken about the locational advantage of Northeastern region. Northeastern region is exactly between India and ASEAN country. The two major Asian highways they pass through Northeastern region, and all first Asian highway from Tokyo to Capitol in Turkey, and second Asian highway from Denizspor in Indonesia to Tehran in Iran. Both pass through the border town of Amori in Manipur. Let me take you to the Human Development Index indicators, which is much better in respect of Northeastern state as compared to other parts of the country. Particularly in Manipur, we have much better literacy rate, sex ratio, infant mortality rate. They are much better than all India average. The plus factors of Manipur, because service industry will they'll weigh the pros and cons of setting up service industry in Manipur. First advantage is locational advantage. It is gateway to Southeast Asia. We have good agroclimatic condition. We have good biodiversity, huge potential for herbal and medicinal plantation and the processing thereof. We have very good potential for area-specific horticulture and organic farming. We have rich forest and water resources, high literacy rate, and there is large potential in IT and tourism sector. We have national sports talent, or sports talent are very well known and we not elaborate. We have rich cultural heritage. We have the easiest land route connectivity to Myanmar and Thailand. In fact, 4 months back, a big business delegation from Thailand came by road via Myanmar to Manipur, and we had a great interaction with them. And we are talking about various possibilities of mutual interest in between Thailand and Manipur. Asian highways are already told. Excellent air connectivity. After Guwahati, Manipur is having the best air connectivity. We have daily 14 flights which come from different parts of the country. The constraint, because service industry have to think about the challenges and constraint. We are landlocked state. We have hilly terrain, more than 70% is hilly area. Militancy was at some point of time, it was at the peak. Now it is waning and situation has improved a lot. In fact, I would like to share with you that one of our colleagues was shot dead in point blank range in 1998. Thereafter, in the previous session, the shooting environment, the media was claiming, earlier it used to be shooter side, was shooting at point blank range. That was the environment prevalent in Manipur. But we have come a long way. Now we can offer this media that shoot-free services. They are welcome. A lot of improvement has taken over the last 15-20 years. Poor and inadequate infrastructure is one of the bottlenecks. Our economy is based on agriculture, but it can convert into our strength also. We have poor financial resources and there is high input cost and short working season. I'd like to highlight certain recent significant infrastructure development which has taken place in Manipur. We have state-of-the-art city convention center, this kind of mini Vigyan Bhawan which has come up in Imphal, and we can host any big event in Manipur. New star category hotel is coming up. Dr. Davri from Classic Group of Hotel is here. He will be sharing his experience. They have set up a standard in hospitality sector in Manipur. These are some of the photographs. Under Axis policy, There is huge potential for border trade. Recently, Reserve Bank of India has notified switching over from barter trade to normal trade at the Indo-Myanmar border, town of More. And we are facilitating the border trade. This land customs station is likely to become functional. Integrated check post is coming up at the border town of More. It is likely to be functional by the end of October this year only. Rail connectivity. One of the major significant infrastructure development is taking place at Manipur, which come into the railway map of the country. Next year by April, around 35 kilometers away from Imphal, Upul will be having railway connectivity. Indo-Myanmar border friendship road has been developed. There are certain portion in Myanmar which is yet to be completed satisfactorily. Once this stretch is completed, 35-kilometer stretch, then this Imphal-Mandle bus route will become functional. In fact, we had done a trial run of Imphal-Mandle bus service in the month of December, and once this bottleneck is over, maybe in the next working season, after rainy season, this Imphal-Mandle bus service will become fully functional. Some of the initiatives which are in the pipeline. Recently, Ministry of Commerce and Industry under assigned central component has approved air cargo terminal at the Imphal International Airport, and we are planning to start international flight which will lead us to Mandalay, Kunming and Bangkok. There are certain initiatives in the pipelines, like setting up drive-in cold storage at Imphal Airport, which will be part of our air cargo terminal, and at the Mao Gate, that is entry point to Manipur via Nagaland, we are setting up cold storage that will for promotion and export of horticultural products. We are also setting up cold chain infrastructure at Water Town on More and entry point to Manipur via Nagaland at Mao Gate. The railway link projects which Honorable Railway Minister has recently outlined, that all the capital city of Northeastern states are likely to be connected to railway network. And there is overall improvement in telecommunication network in Manipur, including border towns. One of the major significant infrastructure improvement which has taken place in Manipur is that Manipur is going to be the first state in entire Northeast that will be able to provide 24/7 power by this year and by December 2016. One IT SEZ is coming out about Imphal. There is scope for setting up rural BPOs, which will be a major source of employment generation, particularly all are at district headquarters, particularly hill areas. We had a discussion with those BPO companies which have set up their shops in metropolitan cities, including Gurgaon. They are willing to bring the low end of the business process outsourcing in the interior part where manpower is cheap. The kind of like data entry operator which charges about 20,000 in metropolitan cities. This same data entry operation can be done at the cost of 5,000 rupees if the person is sitting in Ukhrul district headquarters. Multiple telecom operators are already working in Manipur. IT is going to become an enabler for governments. We are setting up an IT park to promote IT and IT-enabled services. An IT SEZ is coming to promote export-oriented business. Tourist inflow has been increasing. Both domestic and foreign tourists have been increasing. Last year, we had 2,900 foreign tourist inflow in Manipur. There is huge scope for tourism, hospitality, aviation, spa sector where we have natural talent. We have largest freshwater lake in the form of Loktat Lake, which can become mega tourist hub. We are also planning to have integrated cable car, tourist resort at Sindra. Water sports complex is also in the pipeline. We are also planning to have regional cooperation Kedulandia Reserve Forest, which is near our Loktat Lake.
Okay.
Manipur Sangai Festival and Kanpur Festival in Nagaland has become one of the very important events. Every year from 21st to 30th of November we organize Manipur Sangai Festival, and we have been organizing international polo tournaments during the Sangai Festival. Last year 8 countries including USA, UK, Germany, South Korea, South Africa, Thailand and Mongolian team participated in international polo. And we're happy to know that Polo originated from the state of Manipur only. And this year we had first women's polo tournament was organized today in state. Good day, that is on 21st of January 2016 we organized first women's polo tournament in Manipur. It's huge scope for trekking expedition in Juko Valley, Chiroya Peak, Thanod Cave, climbing is scope of paragliding also. All these tour operators, travel agents might be interested to develop these places as a tourist destination. Manipur lies in the hottest spot of biodiversity. There are two hottest spots of biodiversity, that is one is Himalayan and second is Indo-Myanmar. Manipur is an ideal destination for Ayurvedic, Unani and medicinal plant processing industry. There is huge potential for floriculture. The climate is quite suitable. In fact, out of 309 orchids which are found in Manipur, about 11 orchids are having flavor. That is very unique. In fact, with the assistance of World Bank, we are setting up one fragrance cum flavor development center in Manipur, which will be able to accept essence from these flavored orchids, and it has huge export potential. Horticulture top highlighted that recently we got geographical identification for lemon, Kachai lemon, which is produced in Mukrul. Similarly, orange, Tamenglong is known for orange cultivation, and pineapple is known for, Imphal is known for pineapple cultivation in Manipur. There is huge range of medicinal plantation in Manipur. In fact, I was surprised to know last year, in the month of April, we had organized one conference where we had invited certain buyers, whether there is sufficient buyer to purchase our aromatic medicine plantation. A lot of interest came for extracted oil from lemongrass, citronella, and this processing of stevia. Last year, after April, when we started increasing the area of plantation with the help of joint liability group of farmers, the moment word was spread that Manipur is developing more than 1,000 acres in terms of stevia plantation, lemongrass, I was surprised to know that without telling anybody, the buyers started flocking to Manipur far places like USA, Italy, France, Canada. I was surprised to know that is the huge potential. I would like to highlight that sky is the limit if we are able to provide these two major problems. One is transport bottleneck and marketing linkage. If we are able to sort out this transport bottleneck and marketing linkage, sky is the limit. Orchids I have told. Art and culture is another area. Today, before lunch, we had this session on media. There is huge potential for expansion of Manipur dance, drama, films on global canvas. We would like to utilize Cannes Film Festival, if possible, some entry, possible, impossible. We would like to highlight rich cultural heritage in Manipur, particularly Kangla heritage. Sports, there is natural talent. In fact, I would like to highlight that there is one National Sports Academy has already been set up in Manipur in 2007. Now, a National Sports University is being set up. Land has already been identified. Ministry of Sports has already sanctioned in principle this National Sports University in Manipur. It is coming up in Howard district, Manipur, and the work is likely to commence shortly. Handicraft and handloom is another area where we have huge employment potential. I would like to highlight that some of healthcare facilities Manipur has got the specialty. In fact, it has attracted a lot of medical tourism from bordering country in Myanmar. Last year we had more than 2,000 patients who came from Myanmar. And private sector has taken a lead. We have Shija Hospital and Sky Hospital. A lot of private hospitals have come up, and not only Regional Institute of Medical Sciences and Northern Institute of Medical Sciences, but these private hospitals are also attracting a lot of patients from Myanmar. So there is huge potential for medical tourism in Manipur. We have recently launched Make in Manipur initiative in the month of November 2015, which is basically focusing on small and micro enterprises based on our producers from agriculture, horticulture, forest, handloom, handicraft, fishery, animal husbandry sector. That is the strength of our economy, and we want to harness the raw material which is available in Manipur. And in this Make in Manipur initiative, we are especially targeting the skill upgradation of our people who are in the entire supply chain of these products. But the most important is marketing linkage. We have identified around 12 products where we have found buyers. I'll like to give an example like honey. Honey processing has huge potential in Manipur. We have developed special varieties of honey, orange-based honey, orange flavor honey, lemon flavor honey, mustard flavor honey, and we have got buyers who have beaten this Dabur and Patanjali. Dabur and Patanjali group item, they had offered rate which was ridiculously low, but we could get much better offer from other buyers. So we have got orders for 5,000 tons of honey in Manipur. That is the potential. Similarly, gooseberry. Gooseberry is being grown in the forest of Manipur, but people were not collecting because there was no buyer available. Somehow we have been able to arrange a collection mechanism, the processing facility and marketing area. Now we'll be able to process about 1,000 tons of gooseberry in Manipur. Similarly, mushroom cultivation, button mushroom as well as sitachi mushroom has huge potential. What we have done is that we are setting up one livelihood business incubator in each of the 9 districts in Manipur. In fact, this Ministry of MSME has launched incubation center scheme, and I'm happy to share with that. In the country, about 22 livelihood business incubators have been approved. Out of 22, 9 have been sanctioned in Manipur. Manipur has backed 40% of the livelihood business incubators in the entire country. So we are planning this livelihood business incubator center to become our hub of all activities for imparting training. But after training, what happens? That also we are taking here. We'll be doing hand-holding of the people who are going to be trained in this incubation center with proper marketing linkage. In fact, we are only promoting those activities for which we have already got marketing linkage. Border trade, the opening of border trade, normal trade has become functional now. So we have huge potential which we can cater to the requirement of the entire Southeast Asia. All the northeastern states can also have access to this road connectivity. That is quite significant, not only in Thailand. In fact, one business delegation from Kunming area also came, from China. And we are also planning a reciprocal visit by road to China and Thailand in the future. In fact, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, they are planning to organize one car rally. They are doing a trial run in the month of April. If it succeeds, then we are planning to have car rally which will cover by road Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia and Malaysia as well. Tourism I already highlighted, action art culture has got huge potential. And lastly, I would like to highlight that other than processed food, then oil and gas exploration has huge potential, which is not yet explored so far. Only Tripura and Assam have got oil and gas so far. We have got given two oil and gas blocks in Manipur. In fact, the initial survey report, which has come with after examination by Director General of Hydrocarbons. Recently, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas has launched this Hydrocarbon Vision 2030 for the entire Northeast region on 9th of February. That captures the potential for huge potential which is available in Manipur and Mizoram actually. The gas reservoir of Myanmar extends up to Manipur and Mizoram. In fact, reservoir is same. And Chinese company has started extracting gas from Myanmar side, and we are sitting ideal in Manipur and Mizoram. The only infrastructure bottleneck was that the drilling rig, which is required to be taken to the designated point, has to pass through certain bridges. The carrying capacity of bridges is not sufficient. The total load is 57 ton. Our bridges can withstand load up to only 27-30 ton. We, with the help of National Highway Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited and Water Road Organization, we are extending these bridges and Hopefully, in the next working season, in November, December, we'll be able to carry this building into the residential location. And as per the initial estimates, the huge potential of gas is estimated to be about 1,20,000 crore. It will give opportunity to a lot of service sector in respect of oil and gas. We might have to set up gas-based power plant, gas-based fertilizer with huge potential is there. At that, I would like to highlight that we are organizing first Manipur Industrial Expo from 4 to 10th April, and during this Industrial Expo, Ministry of Brunei, in collaboration with Indian Chamber of Commerce and Government of Manipur, is organizing 11th Northeast Business Summit on 7th and 8th April. And we have given special session, special provision for the service industry. On behalf of the Government of Manipur, invite all the service sector, service providers to kindly participate in Manipur First Industries Expo as well as in the Northeast Business Summit, which we are planning in the first week of April. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Vivek. I think it was such a comprehensive, wonderful, very informative, very enriching presentation. I'm sure many people, even from the northeastern region who have not visited Manipur, they won't have known all the facts that you have presented. I think what our experience has been, you are in a very important position there. And in medical value add channel, what we have seen that all over the country, despite different policies being in place, since there has been no policy coherence in the government, the medical value tourism has developed on its own in a very haphazard and in a very disorganized manner. Now, what I am trying to say, and you can work on a paper and we will be more than happy to support that. Say, for example, first thing is the medical visa. Now, if the person is coming from the Myanmar side, now he needs prompt facilitation to come to seek treatment. Now, therefore, the initiative from our side has to be a proper mechanism so that any person requiring medical treatment is given visa very promptly and efficiently. This is first requirement. So for that, I am sure you can work out, interact with the people there who are coming, what are the problems they are facing, then we can work it out with our mission in Myanmar and Consulate General in Mandalay, and I am sure it would be possible to address this particular problem.
I would like to respond. Sure. In fact, this joint working group on water trade is meeting on 23rd to 24th March in Myanmar, and this is the top agenda item. These are on arrival facility, particularly catering to medical care.
So I am not on the line.
Very good.
Second point, which I think action will be required within the state government. What we have seen that these medical establishments, they come under either the state government's act of the Medical Establishment Act. Some states have the Nursing Act, and where the permission is given to a hospital to set up a clinical establishment. Now, what happens thereafter? When a patient comes for treatment, he is admitted, but he is admitted for the period of, say, surgery, operation, but thereafter he requires post-operative care. Now, he has to be taken out of the hospital. And for that, what has happened in Gurgaon and what has happened near Escort hospitals in Delhi, that haphazardly individual owned private houses have been converted into guest houses, come hotel, which are not very organized and are not offering very hygienic facilities. But since it is a necessity, so patient is moved out from the hospital and moves into these guest houses. And then the post-operative visits by the doctors for checkup, he visits these hospitals on regular basis, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending upon what kind of treatment he has been given. Now, since in your state this has picked up, it will be a very good idea to designate areas right in the beginning, earmark places for integrated development, where you could, along with hospital establishment, earmark areas for development of guest houses, hotels, restaurants in an organized way. Second, what we have seen, which is again a very, very important requirement, we were doing a review recently. There is a class of people who play a very important role, and they are called the medical facilitators. Because ultimately what happens, he is the person who is the connect between hospital and the patient on the other side. Because he knows the processes here, he knows the processes there, and he is getting those patients. Today in India, this is not a very organized class. So we are in touch with already the National Board for Accreditation of Hospitals, NABH, and we are working a scheme of accreditation, where like a travel agent, I am a recognized travel agent. Now, he is accredited. Travel agent offers certain services and he gets paid for those services. So we are also working out a plan where the medical facilitator, today he is like a middleman, a commission agent, and which is all illegal, which is not recognized, which is not controlled, which is not regulated. So what we are trying to do, that we provide him accreditation. He comes and operates in a very transparent manner. He offers a particular service. So in your area also, we would be very happy to put you in touch with the NABH. And this is another class which you should take care, because otherwise what we have seen from Africa, when we organized a meeting with the ambassadors and high commissioners, then we recognized that many African students who had got admission in some of the colleges in Delhi, they have been there for 10 decades, and they are not studying, they are doing this business, and they are cheating patients in Africa on one side, and they are taking them to not so well known hospitals on this side. So they are maligning the name of India also. So this is happening, and this is ultimately harming the country's image, your own business in the long run, if you do not control this class of people. There are several such ideas on this. I am just leaving one thought, that like in the medical value travel, in other areas also, where you see there is a possibility, like education perhaps could be another area. Right from the beginning, if we can work out and help you in working out that plan, we would be more than happy to assist and connect you to the right agency so that we can develop these plans. Thank you very much once again for a very informative, and I am sure all these presentations would be available to all the people who are present here for their